Welcome to episode 23, the Jordan episode of the Hip Hop High Society Roundtable. Joined by my esteemed co-host. We're a little short today, but we're gonna make it happen. But we got the one and only Mr. Cassius Cam. Cam, what's good with you, brother?
Just getting his money, laying low. It's get low season. It's election year. It's time to lay low. That's what I'm doing.
Big old facts, bro. Big old facts. We got one and only the man, the myth, the legend. I was gonna I don't want to announce your news or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't want to put your business out there. I'm not sure if you got an MDA or some shit, but welcome, Mr. Cloud, super producer. What's going on with you, bro?
What's good, y'all? Yeah.
Good to have you here, brother. Been a minute since we had you on. Shout out to, we got a few people under the weather. We got a few people traveling. We got a few people going through the TSA. So y'all make sure y'all safe out there. We have a new full crew next episode, but the show must go on. So the first thing I got actually is pretty interesting. LL Cool J had a pretty interesting appearance on the Joe Budden pod. I feel like we're gonna have to pay him royalties and fucking Joe Budden. But LL Cool J, he recently renounced his Mount Rushmore of hip hop, I believe, and people was critical of him for leaving off DMX and Jay-Z. I knew he was gonna leave out Jay-Z. He don't like Jay-Z, but let me pull up the clip here. I wouldn't put Jay-Z on the fucking Mount Rushmore hip hop.
It's a time. I know DMX is supremely talented,
but anyway, we get the gist of what was going on here. And you heard what he spoke about, you know, the bare bones. I'm thinking he's referring to Def Jam. And if you think about some of the most popular artists on Def Jam who built the structure of Def Jam as it pertains, he didn't put DMX and Jay-Z on that. You know, I kind of understand, but he explained it. So what do y'all think? The DMX and Jay, what do y'all think about his point as to the structure of Def Jam?
I mean, he's not wrong. Jay didn't come there till later. So he came off the back of him. He came off the back of him, Beastie Boys, Rick Rubin, all them. DMX, I want to articulate my thoughts on that as respectful as I can be.
Talk your shit.
Like, he's a legend, obviously. That's not for debate. But I mean, how anybody who would put him on the Mount Rushmore of Def Jam, I want to know if they can name any songs off of Great Depression. If they can name any records that came after, you know, his first two big albums, because it's like those were that he had a run, but at the same time he's you know, stuff got in the way, and he could have been bigger, but so it's like you have to measure that against all of the people before that never slowed down at all. So it's like how could he, when you're talking numbers and all that shit, how could he possibly be Mount Rushmore? Because Mount Rushmore is, we're talking like a limited amount of people, 4 people. He can't be on Mount Rushmore. So that, and then Jay came later. So it's like I don't understand why people would be mad at him for that.
Yeah. I think people be mad whatever the hell you do. I think the concept of Mount Rushmore is kind of outdated anyway. Why it can only be 4? Why do we need this 4 just because some old white man on the side of a fucking mountain? But Cam, what you got, bro?
What? It's a silly concept anyway, because like when you start getting into comparing people of the present or closer to present with people who like built the framework, the only reason they were able to have that trajectory is because they had the framework to begin with. That's why it's dumb to compare like newer artists to older artists, because like when you talk about like lyricists and shit like that, you know, people who grew up in my generation, they had Biggie to listen to, they had Tupac to listen to, and like whatever predates that, they had those examples set in place. It's not like they were pulling It's not like they were pulling these rhyme schemes out of thin air. You know what I mean? Before there was a foundation, like people have like a square one to kind of like build off of. Like if you think of like Lego blocks and shit, the foundation was already there to begin with. So he's got a point. And to say that, I mean, I pulled up a list. Like, how far back do you want to go with Def Jam? You know, as far as like trying to see who's really like on the Mount Rushmore, and there's more than 4 that you could put on there.
So
you know what I mean? It's Public Enemy. Like, there's so much shit you could put on there that it's not even. I think it's kind of silly to try to.
Public Enemy, Beastie Boys, and Slick Rick.
And that's fair. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Slick Rick, you don't get Jay.
Yeah, that's my point. That's exactly my point.
Oh, big old facts. I think this generation suffers from a lot of recency bias, yo. I think, especially with the social media shit, I think a lot of like my shit is better than your shit. And I don't know what it is about hip hop where it's almost competitive. You know, other genres, it's never like you wash. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to rock and roll, they never gonna tell the Rolling Stones that they fucking washed, right?
Yeah, I ain't never seen a country battle.
Nobody taking Blake Shelton that he's washed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I think that's probably why, because like hip hop in its birth, like a lot of it starts from like battle rap. Head up type stuff like that, and that carried over to like mainstream music. I think that's why you don't see it in other genres. That'd be crazy though if they had like metal battles and shit. That'd be wild. Whether they're diss tracks but they're metal joints.
Yeah, big old facts. But you know, I never seen the vitriol like you get like different generations and shit. Like I think you watching what's this crazy shit they got going on with Mike Tyson about to fight fucking one of them fucking Paul brothers and shit. It's like a clown show, right? I honestly don't think I want to see a fucking, you know, you seen what happened when who the fuck Melly Mel battling Eminem. Nobody wanted to see that shit. That shit was terrible, right?
It's younger people who push back against the older people though, because it's like it's almost like, and I'm not gonna say there's not issues on going the other way. But it's like people like to revel in ignorance. It's like a lot of people don't like to, you know, why would I look back? Like why would I listen to that old shit, or why would I, you know? And if you're a casual fan, it's like it's kind of whatever. People get on people about that, like, oh, you need to know the history. I don't think fucking fans need to know the history of anything, but artists, newer artists have that attitude, and when they carry that attitude and they flaunt it, then that just gives the, you know what I'm saying, why are the fans gonna want to look back at the old shit? Because they already have the notion, oh, that's old. We've thrown that away. We've thrown away Beastie Boys. We've thrown away Public Enemy. We don't have any use for that, you know. And that's because of the narrative that, you know, newer artists set, and that's, you know,
yeah,
don't fuck with that.
I will say, like, I don't know. I think it has been changed a little bit, just because, like, I remember coming up, you know, listening to Jay and Nas and these cats, the Locks and shit. Though I never was like, yo, like I would never went out of my way to be like, yo, fuck Curtis Blow or some shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't listen to it, but I never like went out my way to like diss the prior generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck Grandmaster Flash. Like I never seen that, but you see a lot of that. I think. Well, maybe I'm seeing it. Maybe I'm biased for that, but I think I see a lot of like fuck these, you know, and it goes in all realms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we saw that shit with what's his name, Young Dolph and Pete Rock. You know,
yeah,
and they had their thing.
I think especially now, a lot of that comes from like the young heads feel like the older people are like trying to sun them almost. like what you listen to is stupid. I think that's where some of that animosity comes from too. I mean, you could put a little bit of blame on both sides, but
I mean, they're
not being.
OGs.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, but what I mean though is like kids
Yeah.
today, like because they don't respect the lineage of like how the music got to where it got to, that makes people in like my age range look at them kind of with a predisposition already, and that could kind of trigger why they act the way they act. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's also my generation because I'm 30.
Yeah, I'm
31,
32, so we're in
31.
the same.
Yeah, I think our generation we didn't have OGs. I mean, some of us did, but for the most part, we had a lot less of that than our priors did, and that's almost like damaged the whole concept of somebody older, walking you through shit or trying to help you. You take that, man, you could go down a whole fucking rabbit hole about that and like fatherhood, like
Yeah, I was about to say like, yeah,
it's a whole thing. But yeah, our generation, the concept of OG is not present like it was, and it's gonna be less present next generation. Hopefully not, but hopefully I'm wrong. But
yeah, man, I want to say y'all maybe like right before, I'm at like 39, bro. So y'all like the generation right before, and we did like say fuck y'all and walked off. Y'all ain't like, I feel bad that our generation really didn't put no work in, bro. I feel as though, not that we got a great example prior, you know what I'm saying? I have my issues with these 70s babies, but they did show a little bit of shit. You know what I mean? They did do a little something, bro. I feel as though the generation after ours is kind of, or after mine, I should say, kind of didn't get no kind of guidance, bro. You know what I mean? I feel as though that was
No, and that's
very lacking.
me and Sade were talking about it a couple of streams ago. Like I told her she's the same age as I am, and I felt like we're like the last generation that got in before shit got really weird. Like shit started to get a little shaky, but not having that olive branch. I mean, the ones who made it out, because the millennial gap, man, it ranges so much. So you got people that are just batshit loony, and then people that kind of confide in older people. Like if you ask me, like my friend groups of people that I converse with on a daily basis, they're all older than me.
Right.
So I just feel like we were the last generation before shit got like way too squirrely, and now you see where it's at now.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, this timeline's weird to me, man. And like I said, this is kind of off topic with it a little bit, but I feel like it's almost like an accelerated timeline. You know what I'm saying? Like you're people like 23 years old, like bitching and complaining and moaning and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a weird concept, I think, like I didn't give a fuck at 23, 24, 20. I did what I had to do every day. It's not like these people talk like, oh my God, I gotta get up and work 50 hours. I gotta mix this song. I gotta record this song, which this is not meant for me. Like it's a weird bitchy fucking thing going on. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking with Buddy the other day about that, man. It's like 21, 22-year-olds bitching about, I can't afford anything. I'm hella broke. And I'm like, it's supposed to be like that. Like, that's life, dog. Like that's the age where you figure out how to like get by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's funny to me though. But I was just talking about that the other day.
Yeah, it kind of hits on LL when he was at the end talking like his accomplishments and shit. It's like, do you think his accomplishments came in like between 23 and 25? Like he's talking a lifetime of things. You got to kind of build that up. I feel as though, you got a lot of they don't want that gratification, the delayed gratification that you get by putting in work, and kind of want to sell everything. I think that's part of the disconnect between generations, and also why, expediting that recency bias, I think, that we see. You know what I'm saying? When he talks about shit like this,
He different though. He different because he dropped a classic at 17 years old. He different. But also that set a precedent of if I don't do this shit now, it's over for me. And that's kind of set a standard of why hip hop is so ageist. Like, you know, Nas dropping Illmatic at 19. I think he was 19. Just shit like that. People not even being able to drink and them dropping classic albums. Like, and nobody's doing that now. So it's like that's not even a fair metric to go by. But
yeah, they also got in early, yo. It's like if you were like one of the first people on Twitter, like you probably got like a million fucking friends that you know what I'm saying? It's like if you were like Tom on MySpace, bro. If you were like one of the first people, because I keep it real with you, a lot of these older cats, I know rap has evolved, but some of these cats wasn't that nice, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you was one of the first people to get in. I'm not saying LL was nice, you know what I mean? But there's a couple cats in them early days, man. If you listen to everything that was made back then, everything wasn't nice. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of those people was the first to get in. So of course you're gonna be looked at as a pioneer, and then rap evolved and evolved and evolved, and we got now. It might be devolving a little bit now, but you know what I'm saying? But you can see the timeline and how nice you had. By the time the 90s, by time, I think that's maybe why people are a little bit upset about the Jay-Z and DMX leaving off, because by that time, that probably was like the golden age, between 95-ish to 2002, 3-ish, where you had to be nice. Like, they tell how you had to get into a cipher, like to get on like Rough Riders, you had to be in a cipher with DMX, you know what I'm saying? Eve, you know, the Locks. You had to cipher in. They literally did that to get you in. So you don't see that no more. Who the fuck is getting people don't even want to cipher no more, dog? You know what I'm saying? You can't get people freestyle.
And that's when shit would get televised like once. That was your shot. When you had to do that cipher with DMX or those parking lot ciphers and shit like that. It's not like you get mulligans like you can today. It's not like these cats that go into On the Radar or Shade 45 and can take 10, 15 takes to get their freestyle out. They're pre-written that they've been practicing for a month. You know, it's not the same game that it used to be.
Nope, not at all. I agree with that. Speaking of which, he also continued. This is actually a pretty good segment. I might actually have to watch a whole episode of Joe Budden, even though I don't want. I've never actually seen a fucking record deal in its entirety. Maybe some people have. But what do y'all think about his talk about the accountability game when it comes to this hip hop shit?
If you want to take it serious, you either need to first of all, we have more resources than ever, far more than when he came in the game. You can do your own research basically now. You can find out what you can find a default contract, and you can research what certain terms, what certain words mean, all that shit. Or you can reach out to and find somebody who does know, about that sort of stuff. So it's like all that type of stuff that like there's no really excuse to get fucked in a record deal these days. There's no excuse. It's only your fault. It's only when if you're super young and they just pull you off the street. That's one thing, and that's why they do it. That's why that is what they're doing. They're taking super young people who are viral on TikTok and all that shit, and they're getting them because they don't know shit about, they haven't lived long enough to even know that you can get fucked in the record business. So it's like, other than that, if you're older than 25 and you signing a bad deal, bro, like you're this ain't the game for you.
Big old facts, bro. Yeah, I always find it like, yeah, go ahead.
That's that instant gratification you were talking about. Someone goes to the hood with a bag, throws a bag of money on the table for a kid who ain't never seen shit before, and they jump. But Jonathan's right. There's so much information out there and so many prior examples of people who got fucked over in the past that if you kind of walk into that shit now, it's like, it's hard to feel sorry for you. And there's so many more resources to where you can just do it yourself. Like the independent lane is more lucrative than it's ever been for people, especially when it comes to touring, because that's where the money's at in the independent game, is like merch small shows, stuff like that. Merch is where you're gonna make your money. For people to walk into these deals blind, really, I mean, it's no
Facts.
one's fault but their own.
Yeah, I want to say it was a Mortal Technique that said I'd rather have a lot of a little than a little of a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he been independent forever. You know what I mean? Um, it's kind of hard for me to even justify a label deal. Now you will get the press, you will get the press runs, you will get the podcasts, the Breakfast Club interviews and shit like that, right? But to me, the big money when you sign record deals back in the day was the distribution deals, right? They're gonna put your CD in fucking Walmart, they're gonna put your CD in Target, right? They're gonna put your CD in Best Buy and shit, right? That shit is gone. So to me, it's like the only even reason that you're signing a deal these days is to be able to have certain doors open for you. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like if you're already, first and foremost, if you're on these A&R's radar, that means you got some kind of buzz going. That means something popping for you, somebody listening to you. You know what I'm saying? And then to y'all point, you might as well just stay the independent route. Get your own fucking stream, set your own little channel up on YouTube, get your own little money. You know what I'm saying? Side with people try to get on tours. I think that's probably the biggest things that these people want to get on some of these tours. But even then, they can hurt you because if you sign with one label who ain't fucking with this label, they might not put you on this tour with these people. It might actually harm you. Where if you're independent and you can get a buzz going, maybe they'll throw you on a, you know what I mean, an opening act for somebody or some shit, right? So I truly don't see the deal. Maybe somebody else can enlighten me on that, but I really don't see a reason why somebody would even sign a deal if you got a little buzz going these days.
Yeah. I mean, a
You see it
distribution
happen. Go ahead, man.
distribution deal is pretty much that's the move. That's the move right now. Publishing deals, they're usually bad. Although they can benefit you if you first of all, if you negotiate, because you get what you negotiate. And publishing deals are usually not good though, and they're usually targeted at people who don't have leverage. So those, but if you do have some sort of leverage, those are good. But yeah, record deals are pretty much obsolete now, and distribution deals are the move. Start your own shit, like or just be your own entity and get a distribution deal.
Yeah, being your own entity, that's kind of what I was going to lean into. You see it happen time and time again when somebody gets signed to one of these big labels, and now their creativity is at the whim of the label. What got them into music in the first place, the artistry behind it, a lot of that disappears for people that sign to these big labels, and then they're not even making stuff that they're passionate about making anymore. You know?
Oh. Yeah, I heard that. I tell that story about Eminem all the time, bro. Like they make him do like a fucking Guess Who's Back Slim Shady song. I think he just does it now just because he's fucking used to it. But he can't even make like a super dark album all the way through because they'll be like, you need to put a fucking real Slim Shady on there, buddy. You know what I mean? He may have the power at this point, but his first few albums, he had to do one of those records every fucking time. You know what I mean? And that's crazy, like to have your creativity capped. Now, if you're not, I think that's why we're seeing so many people who maybe not musically inclined really shy towards these deals, whereas the money consciousness, right? They don't give a fuck about creating art anyway. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people in it for the money. So fuck whatever song you want me to make, whatever ignorant shit you want me to make, I'm gonna make it. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So for them, they probably don't give a fuck. It's probably a great deal. You know, whatever deal they can get. Like I said, that little advance money, go buy a chunky chain, shine. You know what I'm saying? So that's the taking advantage. I believe Jay Cloud said it, taking advantage of these young cats, you know what I'm saying, fresh out of high school. I seen Gucci do that shit. He signed one cat, I believe, fresh out of high school. He might be still been in high school. You know what I'm saying? Probably just came through with a chain.
I don't know why he gave that. He was giving them $1 million. Was it $1 million a deal?
Well,
we covered that.
Bro, yeah, all of them. Oh, yeah. All of them combined aren't making $1 million back. So what?
You're gonna owe him forever. Not only are you gonna owe him, you're gonna owe him whoever he took you to, because that's what they do too. A lot of these imprint deals, and I'm sure you know about that. These imprint deals where they actually just signing you to a bigger label. You know what I'm saying? So now you not only getting your splits with them as that the artist who signed you, now you're splitting with Universal, or you know what I'm saying, like Atlantic or whatever. So it's crazy, like splitting your money like that, bro.
Sounds like a pimp to me.
Pusha T said, he signed to one nigga, that signed to another nigga, that signed to three niggas. That's how it go though, man. What about the accountability part, yo? Should these kids be blamed for signing? It's almost, to me, you know what it sounds like to me, like the fucking the student loans and shit. Like, should these kids be held accountable for signing a predatory deal?
If they're kids, no. If they're a certain age, no.
What's the cutoff for you, bro? What's the cutoff? You say if you sign a predatory deal, that's on you. Is there a cutoff for you?
Probably like 21, around that, because it's like by that time, if you don't know how to navigate the internet and do actual research, like, bro, you're literally like the age of a college student. You should know about how to do research at that point. But if you're like a 15, 16-year-old, like, yeah, no, that's completely not your fault. You were just going with what they told you.
You really can't even sign a deal that age. Your parents actually have to look over any contract you sign at that age. But then it's like
they're not knowing anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're knowing about.
And then you get Macaulay Culkin by your parents.
New Edition. That's what happened.
They
with New
clean
Edition.
You out, right? That's the law that they put in place, because all the money that, I might misspeak, but it's something like that. All the money that Macaulay Culkin made with the Home Alone movies. I mean, his parents walked with most of it, so that's why they created that law.
Yeah, facts.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
But I also say you can't, like, I don't prescribe to the whole like frontal lobe theory. Like, you have so many people like, your frontal lobe's not developed till you're 25. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean? I believe, because I've met fully grown ass fucking adults, dog. I never forget this shit. Like, I had to take this course. You know, anybody who ever did some time as a motherfucking a banker, mercenary, aka in the military, you have this class when you're getting out, bro. And you have to go to this class and they teach you like normal shit. Now, mind you, I went to the military like 22, bro. So I was adult. I had jobs. I had all types of shit before, right? But you go into this class with people who did like 20, 30 years in the military, all they know. And they literally in there like, how to dress at a job interview. Like, don't wear a Hawaiian shirt when you go to a job interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the most basic shit that you ever seen in your life. And they saying it's like 40-year-olds, dog, 38-year-olds, 37-year-olds. And so you can't discount what somebody knows, right? You can get fucking got at 21, you can get got at 19, you can get got at 37. You know what I mean? So the key is they look for people who don't know anything, don't know any laws, don't even know to say, you know, give me a lawyer before I even sign anything. They'll fuck around, kick you out, or put you on a time clock. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't want to sign a deal? You want a lawyer to look at it? Okay, we'll find another, you know what I mean, little Uzi who can do the same shit you do. And that's the problem with the lack of talent in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a dime a dozen. So if you don't sign here on this dotted line, we're gonna get another little dude with dreads and a little voice who's 5'3" to do the same fucking shit you do.
That's why you got to go there armed, basically. You got to go there with somebody, or you got to go there armed with the knowledge, or at least basic knowledge, that you can recognize certain things like perpetuity and shit, you know, shit like that you really want to look for.
Busting out the college word. Southside ain't even here. He bust out the perpetuity. But yeah, I agree, man. But you know, but that's how I would say. I don't know how LL conducts business. I know Master P was trying to do some shit with Kodak, I think, at one point. And Kodak was like, I guess trying to do a mentor thing. Kodak after a while, like, yo, this dude tried to charge me for being a mentor or whatever. And then it's like, yeah, he's probably putting some knowledge on. I don't know how good Master P is at that, because he did some questionable shit. But you know, when you have a cat like LL who's been in the game 30, 40 fucking years at this point, and things like that, you know, a lot of people don't want to break that bread to even like have a person like that in their corner to hip them on the game, or they expect that type of knowledge for the free too. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, but at the same time, you can't go to a young dude and offer to help them and then give them a price point. Because I don't think, let's be honest, I don't think Kodak Black was going to Master P. I think Master P went to Kodak Black. So
yeah, facts. That's what I say. Master P questionable. Master P questionable. I don't know if I would even take his. I think he's been getting a lot of kudos for one good move he made. You know, it was a great move, but he hasn't repeated it since. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I think a person like LL has that continued success. You know what I'm saying? And parlayed this into that, parlayed that into this. So yeah, that's just an example I use that I could pick up off the top of my head. But I don't blame Kodak. I'd have been like, hell no.
yeah, Master P's a legend, but I'm gonna be respectful.
Yeah, I'm gonna be respectful. Shout out to Master P, man. He built a conglomerate. I'm sad that a lot of these labels can't continue running, man. I hate when like a label gets such a small run and then it's over with. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, type shit. Anything else on that last video? All right, let's move on. We got the one and only Killer Mike. Shout out to Killer Mike. He actually reposted some shit one time. I think the review. He was asked about the Atlanta rapper hierarchy, almost like a Rush Hour, Mount Rushmore. I'm saying Rush Hour, Mount Rushmore type of deal. So let's check out the video.
The Atlanta rappers of all time list.
Yeah.
In your thoughts, who would you say is the number one Atlanta rapper?
I don't know who's the number one Atlanta rapper. I know Outkast and Organized Noise changed the trajectory. I know Chris Cross and Jermaine Dupri and what they did broke the ceiling open for us. I think Atlanta is a phoenix. Mm-hmm. Our logo is a phoenix, and every 2-3 years we burn ourselves down, and then we come up with something, a new creation to rise out of those ashes. So I'll let you guys argue over who's number one, but I'll tell you this, stylistically, you've never seen an Atlanta rapper that's mastered as many styles as me. You've never seen an Atlanta rapper who can rap with Black Thought on Monday, rap with Bone Crusher on Tuesday, get on there with Freddie Gibbs on Wednesday, pop up next to whoever your favorite rappers in on the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and show up and show out every single time.
I hope we respect you with the place that we put you on. I'm going to tell you in a second, but first I'm going to give you our top 5. Number 1, we have Andre 3000.
You can't have Andre without Big Boy, so I don't accept that. I refute any list that breaks Outkast up. I think there's a list after that. Okay. So I hope you guys do better next time.
Number 2 is Future.
Man, gotta give love to Pluto. He's one of the illest ever.
Number 3 is Tip, T.I.
Man, Tip is amazing. He started what the genre that's known as.
Number 4 is Gucci Mane.
Man, shouts out to WAP, man. He gave so many people a chance, that trap style and evolving in what it is.
And number 5 is Jeezy.
I knew that was going to be so. Jeezy's absolutely amazing, the sound that he brought. I'd also like to say, man, there's some young rappers that, while y'all arguing over, you know, who has done what, I like people to pay attention to JID. I like people to pay attention to Belly Gang Cushington. I like people to pay attention to Kenny Mason.
We ranked you number 14.
I mean, it's higher than I expected. I've been disrespected on past lists by not making them at all. But man, whoever the 13th in front of me is, you put them on the track with me, it's gonna be dangerous. I ain't never took no L to Andre 3000 on those songs.
Yeah, scientists and engineers, that you guys were pretty.
Nah, I ain't never took no L. That's my dog, but I ain't took no L.
Listen, that's crazy that he said there's no Atlanta rapper that can get on a song with Bone Crusher and whoever else he said. Bro, the guy who signed him, Big Boy. And it's like he's like a descendant of that, so that was kind of crazy for him to say. But on top of that, like that list, I saw that list earlier today. That list is fucking crazy. You don't get just the top 5 alone. You don't get Future without Andre, Big Boy, or CeeLo. All 3 of them should have been ahead of Future. You know, that like flat out.
Yeah,
you
can debate anybody else.
48.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
50, man. And here goes the aforementioned list. We can kind of go through it, but 50 Lil Nas X.
That's clickbait. That's clickbait.
Yeah, that's clickbait.
Because that's the first name you see. That's the first name you see. That's clickbait.
So he had the Andre, which you know, I agree with his point that you should have them as a group. Why you can't have a group And I got
I
my
think they
thought.
should have been 1-2. I think him and Big Boy should have been 1-2. I think Big Boy is
You know what though?
above Andre, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's a tough one, yo. The crazy part is Future number 2, dog. When I first heard Future, I would never ever in life guessed he'd be like number 2. But the man's longevity is crazy, even if you don't like his music or whatever. You know what I mean?
I just can't put him above. I just can't put him above Big Boy. I don't think he would put himself above Big Boy.
I don't think so.
Him and Andre.
T.I. I don't think he should be above T.I. I mean, T.I. kind of was an innovator in that realm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gucci.
I think Future will be top 10 easily.
Yeah,
I don't think you can't really debate that.
Thug at 6. Yeah. Luda at 7. Okay. The crazy part, Luda is like born in Illinois, like his first up to high school. Big
That's
Boy.
crazy. That's crazy to me. That's bugging me the fuck out.
That's disrespectful. I ain't even gonna lie. Chains at 9. I gotta see who. Chains above Killer Mike though. Shit, I don't know about that, bro. Little Baby in 10 already. I don't know. I don't like
For what?
21 at bro. Who was in the back of this? I got feeling it's gonna be disrespectful.
I'm
bro.
out. Playboy Cardi, get the fuck out of here, dog.
Playboy Cardi at 12.
You know who's not? You know he's on this list, but you know who's not on the list?
Oh, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. Yes.
Playboy Cardi's on this list, but Father and Key are not on this list at all.
How you got Playboy Cardi, bro? Offset above Killer Mike?
That's
bro. Sci-Hi at 48 is fucking infuriating for me.
Quavo above C. Oh, bro.
Bro, Quavo, you know what's funny? Quavo and Offset, do they have to be alive to be on this list? Because they weren't even the best in the Migos, bro.
Nah, Takeoff was by far
he was below,
actual rapper.
But he didn't have a solo album, so I mean.
Yeah.
He had one.
He did?
All 3 of them did a solo album. When they had their little hiatus. Jermaine Dupri, 17. Little John, 18. I'm just gonna go to 20. Oh wow, they put the best. Who made this list, Joe? We gotta get a name.
I'm tripping. He had a solo album?
Yeah, all 3. Don't you remember that year they all released 3 albums? Quavo, Takeoff, and Offset. All 3 of them. Kilo Ali shot it low at 22. Waka at this is getting the quality already dipping once you get to the fucking 20s.
That's fucking crazy.
Lotto at 20. Yeah, do they not know any fucking? Then they got.
I would put Lotto above Lil Yachty. I don't know why Lil Yachty's that high, man.
Why is JID behind them? Like this.
Well, I don't know how high I would put JID.
And some of these people ain't from Atlanta, bro.
Yeah,
Soldier is not from Atlanta, bro. Dro out rap like half the people on the top 10. Troy. Oh, that's so disrespectful, bro. Bro, they put Lotto, Quavo. I'm done. Anyway,
they put Cool Breeze at like in the 40s. He literally came up with the term "Dirty South." That's crazy.
They probably got Big Gip and them all back. Man.
They do, yeah. Right there.
Yo, this is the disrespectful child. This is behind.
Cujo ain't even on here.
Bankroll, did he even have a solo album, bro? I'm pretty sure it's rest in peace Bankroll, but I'm pretty sure he only did like mixtapes, bro. Diamond on here. Get the fuck out of here. Fabo. I do like Fabo, but he can't rap worth shit. That's cool.
They're definitely not going off of lyricism.
If
they're going off impact, this list is still wrong.
It's still wrong. Cool Breeze at 30. That's crazy, bro. Shit, I'll put the Young Bloods in the top 20 looking at this fucking list, bro. Roscoe. Yeah, Roscoe on this? Is it really that hard? And yo, the back of this list is terrible, dog. The people should have been in the front is in the back.
You start going down and seeing who's like, and you're just like, how are they this low? How like
K Camp probably can out rap a lot of people on this list. Rich the Kid back there, Trouble. And we know who's at Sci-High at 48, who could out rap 90% of this fucking
He's
list. Like you
Ghost
said,
Rider's favorite Ghost Rider, dude. He penned so much shit for people.
Pee Wee Long
That's
Way.
blasphemy.
And yeah, all right. I didn't know he was from Atlanta.
I don't know what's more disrespectful, the arrangement of this list or who's not even on the list.
Yeah,
There's people not even on the list that's like, who put this shit together?
On the real, like that list was just highly disrespectful. But let's go back to the topic of the separation of Outkast. I mean, do you think they should be put as a collective on there? Is it an argument, or do you think it's disrespectful to separate them? And I'm gonna segue that into something, but I think I heard Jay Cloud. What you think, Cam?
Yeah.
If you don't separate them, then they got to be right next to each. Like if you do separate them, they got to be right next to each other, along with any other group. You know, if they were to do Migos, they'd have to rank them the same way, or else it just doesn't make any sense.
But even then, that's gonna cause a whole conversation. Which I mean, I guess that's what they want. They want people talking about the shit, so they get what they want at the end of the day.
Clickbait. Now I'm gonna segue into something that may be controversial to say. I don't think 3 Stacks should be number one. I think
No,
the hype, bro.
I don't.
The hype train, bro. I feel as though it's a lot of oh hell no. 1 second. We got a Georgia cat right here. Southside, bro.
PSA. They didn't find nothing. They didn't find your drugs.
Hey, you out of pocket for that? Because I definitely brought back something. Brought me back a little empanada. You feel me? Now what's on? Now the contents of the inside of it, I can't speak to. You feel me? But all I know is your boy is back and your boy is home.
That's need time to get set up, bro, because we talking about the Atlanta list, bro. I know you the list dude.
I just came just to check in, just to see what the fuck y'all was on real quick. I'm about to get back to unpacking, but I do see that y'all on this goddamn Atlanta list. I'm gonna go ahead and just say my little piece real fast. I'm gonna get the fuck on out the way. That list is absolutely fucking terrible. The fact that they didn't take into the fact that you split up Outkast is absolutely disrespectful. But I think the biggest thing on that list was that they had Gambino at fucking 33, bro.
Yeah, I saw that.
At that point, I was like, yeah, this shit. Just at this point, we just need to stop letting these publications come out with these fucking lists because they don't know what the fuck they talking about.
Yeah, I gotta get a name on this shit, bro.
It's somebody white, like always. Somebody white and who don't know the culture, but that's it. So I just want to speak my piece before I get up out of here.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, bro. Happy you checked in, man.
But yeah, man, just had to check on the family. Y'all be good out there in these streets. I catch y'all niggas next week.
All right, bro. Be easy. Good to have you home, boy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
They had a whole panel do it. There's like what 10 names up there.
One of them I know. He's from Atlanta. I can't speak on anybody else though.
Just break down the names. Let's see. Yo, Phillips.
He's good money. He's good money, but I can't speak on anybody else.
Okay.
He's probably arguing with them.
That's one person. Yeah, that's one person, and like, was that 15 people?
Yeah, like you don't know who put who on who. I don't know if they had a vote, a panel, how they did it, secret ballot or some shit. But yeah, this is highly disrespectful, bro. You know what's crazy to me is that they don't get the rappers themselves' opinion on that. I'm sure Complex is a huge publication, right? I'm sure if they reach out to people like they do the voting for like All-Star or, you know, how they vote for the reserves and All-Star, they ask the coaches and all. Like, bro, why don't y'all ever ask a rapper on, you know what I mean? Like,
that's going to conflict because they think that's the thing. A lot of these publications and, you know, just internet people will swear up and down to you that Andre 3000 is better than Big Boy for what? His verse on Walk It Out. So, but it's like You ask Andre, he'll probably tell you. Well, no, he's went on record and said Big Boy is better. Big Boy is better than him. He raps better than me. But to be fair, Big Boy would probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't really get a good read on that if you ask them. But at the same time, it's like when it comes to them specifically, or when it comes to a lot of this list, you can only really talk to people from Atlanta. Like and it's clear they didn't. It's clear there's a lot of people that put this list together that aren't from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Big facts.
Bunch of musical theory majors, probably.
Yeah,
And if they are from Atlanta, it's from the part of Atlanta that a lot of these artists didn't come from.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish they would put like in these articles, like put the metrics in which how they made these decisions.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But then that would result in people being held accountable for the bullshit.
Fair point.
We can't have that. We can't have that.
It's almost like those polls, bro. You know, have you ever saw, and we in political season, I hate fucking political season though, but have you ever like read the fine print on some of these polls and shit that they have? It's like, this person is 80% likely to win, and then you read like the fine print is like, we fucking polled 17 people in Iowa, you know. Like this nationwide poll, we polled 200 people in Oklahoma, you know. And so to me, it's almost like the same concept where you keep the fine print hidden. You know what I mean? Who created this list? What was the criteria? They even say what it was based off of? Is it popularity? Is it?
Yeah.
Let me go up, bro.
It says rappers.
That's all it says. Our ranking of the 50 best. It doesn't say, you know, lyrically the best. It doesn't say most impact, any of that shit. So
CeeLo being where he is so disrespectful.
Yeah, especially because he's so versatile. Him and like I said, Childish, bro. Those are two like genre bending type of dudes who can do some of everything, right? Motherfuckers can sing, motherfuckers can make R&B tracks, motherfuckers can do all this other extra shit outside of the norm. So if you're just basing it off straight talent, like them dudes should easily be in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? They can do some of everything. But yeah, I'm trying to read and see if it's anything they say regards to the, and I don't see shit, man. The Tupac rules of rap list making. We wouldn't put Pac on a New Yorker, so I could put Ludacris on the Midwest one. Now they just saying who they wouldn't put on.
Okay.
Gucci killed Migos. What give me? And for I know for a fact Soulja Boy is not from fucking Atlanta, dog. I remember I was in fucking Mississippi, yo. I was in some hole in wall club in Mississippi, and that fucking Crank That was coming out, yo. Like, oh, we got a local Mississippi artist. He created this song, and they showed people how to do the dance, and this is before that shit even blew up, bro. The crazy thing, and it was like a Mississippi artist, literally what they said. The DJ said word for word. You know what I mean?
So then, why did his name become so? How the hell did that happen?
Everybody claim it like Jeezy from what? Macon. Jeezy from Macon. Gucci is from South Carolina, dog. Like these
well, at least
people,
they're from Georgia. Well, at least Jeezy's from Georgia.
Yeah, at least he's from Georgia, but a lot of these people ain't from Atlanta. Like I said, Ludacris was in Illinois till he was in fucking high school, dog. You know, granted, your high school experience is probably what shapes you the most as far as what you're growing up. But shit, like, what's the criteria of calling you an Atlanta artist? Is that where you blew up at or born and raised there? You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what they're going by.
Yeah,
they got it. But yeah, shout out to whoever made this list. Get your shit together over there. But that's all I got. Y'all got anything else in regards to the list or anybody that was left off or put on? Let's see. All right, so moving on, bro. The one and only Damon Dash. So he's about to sell that chain, right? So if people have heard recently, he has a judgment where he has to sell his stake in the legendary Rocafella Records, and he's doing a little caveat. Gotta restart this a little bit.
As we all know, 1/3 of Rocafella Inc., which owns Reasonable Doubt, is for sale. And I've gotten a lot of calls, a lot of offers. I don't know if people are hummer stunting, you know, or not. We'll see who shows up. But I definitely got some very healthy offers, and I appreciate those. And, you know, obviously, if someone's trying to hate on the price or trying to devalue it, it would be because they want to buy it, you know, like a first right of refusal. So if you do want to buy 1/3 of Rocafella Inc., you are going to have to bring some bread. And anything over 10 million, I'm going to sweeten the pot. You get an original Rocafella chain from off my neck. So, you know, I say, because I was the only one that gave out Rocafella chains when Rocafella really existed. If I don't give you the chain, it's not a legit Rocafella chain. You get one of these, this is legit. This is the old school one from off my neck. You know, like how when I took one off my neck and gave one to Kanye, Cameron, all that. So, again, if you're going to call, please have the intention of spending some real money and actually completing the transaction. But if you come with the right amount of money, you're going to get a chain. Or, you know, at least you'll have to battle with homeboy on the first right of refusal. Hop.
Well, we know who buying it.
Who's buying
We know
it?
exactly who buying it.
Who buying it?
Who's buying all the other hip hop
trinkets?
Yeah, we know exactly who's buying it. And that comment is nasty, and the name is nasty. You know which one I'm talking about.
I was waiting for him to be like, but wait, there's more type of shit, bro. That's crazy to offer that, but people don't realize, you know, I think Dame has had some money issues as well. But Cam, what you think about that offer right there, bro? You gonna put in a bid, get you a Rocafella chain, bro?
Shit, man. I'm not Martin Shkreli, but like he just wants out, or he's really that down bad.
He got a judgment against him. I forgot who it was, but that's basically part of the judgment. He owes somebody some money, and one of the few assets Dame Dash does have left is Rocafella Records, his stake in it. So he has to sell that off.
I don't think he's down bad. He just needs to clear that up.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I got some other folks. Yeah. I don't count other people's pockets, but I ain't been hearing good shit, bro.
I mean, we ain't been hearing good shit for a long time though.
Yeah, it's been a while, bro. It don't take long to run through some bread.
Nah, he sounds horrible too.
And the caveat to this, Jay-Z's attorneys filed court documents to notify parties who purchased Dame Dash Rocafella Records share that they will only own it until 2031, TMZ reports. TMZ like the news fucking CNN these days, bro. That's crazy. Then Jay-Z will get the rights back to his Reasonable Doubt album. Dame's stake will be auctioned off on August 29th. And if you listen to the video, one of the things he said, the only asset Rocafella has as an entity right now is the rights to Reasonable Doubt. So literally, if you buy this for however many million he's trying to offer it for, you're only going to own Reasonable Doubt for 7 years. You know, so if nobody offers. And on top of that, what are you really going to get out of that? Most lucrative deals when you own music is like what, rights to play in a movie or a commercial or something like that. That's maybe where you'll make some money on this set, licensing that music out to some kind of entity. And as we know, Jay-Z is like, Jay-Z is like God tier level on the entertainment level. So good luck finding anybody who's going to even pay you to do that. So, but what do y'all think about that? Would anybody even be stupid enough to buy the share knowing that this hangs around?
Yep. There's only one person who has that money and would.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you would even go about that. And Dame, to me, and we had a conversation, and it kind of segues into that, you know, or it kind of, you know, preludes that, is that the whole OG type of deal, right? The whole like, and even LL said it in that interview. It was like, you don't know what you have sometimes. And the whole accountability talk, it kind of like this falls into that vein to me. So it's kind of ironic that these kind of stories, that interview hits along with the same line of Dame. I don't know if anybody ever watched the documentary, but he was kind of abrasive sometimes. At times, didn't work well with people. As much as I dislike Lee or Cohen or whatever, but you got to work with Def Jam. You got a distribution deal, and if you watched the old what was it, the Hard Knock Life tour documentary or whatever, you can see how Dame was kind of flexing at that time, and then to kind of like see now is like you got to sell off part of the business to pay off this debts and all this other shit. Is that kind of that part of that accountability shit, or is this just fell on hard luck? What do y'all think, bro?
He's either just made so many bad decisions at this point that he's got no other choice. But who's to say that if he does sell it, Jay just don't buy it back before 2031?
Yeah, I always wonder why he didn't. Does he not want to pay Dame or pay him off, or does he know that he just got to wait it out? You know what I mean?
I think he's done with that. I think Jay's done with Rocafella, and I think Dame is done with Jay. And I think they don't fuck with each other. And Dame is trying to. I think part of this, obviously he wants the money, but part of it is also I just want to remove myself from this completely.
Yeah,
because that's what people every time people interview him, they talk about Jay-Z.
That's all he gets called for. That's all he gets called for these days, to me.
And that's going to create a resentment. They've met with each other. They've taken pictures with each other over the past few years, but it's like when that becomes what people like always want to talk to you about, like no matter what conversations you have, that's always going to create a resentment, because it's like, look at him and look at how you're doing. It's like I don't think Dame is down bad necessarily, but he's not Jay. You can't get around that, and that's I just think there's a very deep resentment that I don't know if it's ever gonna go away. So he just wants to get rid of that shit.
Yeah, it's like cut loose. It's like you had a bad breakup and you got a fucking kid, like a 10-year-old with somebody, and it's like I gotta deal with this person 8 more fucking years. It's like that Rocafella. That Reasonable Doubt album is like the last probably thing they have linked together, where it's just like we need to just be done. Like 2031 probably can't come fast enough for fucking Jay, bro. So he ain't got to talk to this cat or deal with this cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like it's gonna get more valuable in that time.
Exactly. The only reason I can't say he's down bad because this story that was reported down in January, where Dame Dash in 2023 claims he only made $5,140. Now, it could be a ploy.
Yeah, people be doing that shit. People be doing child that
support. It could be child support issue. That's why I was like, he could be down, but he could be having some money somewhere.
Oh man, I'm broke. I ain't making nothing. Yeah, because that's the thing. What I do know is he makes a lot. Like a lot of from what I did know at the time, this was like a while ago, but from what I know, he made a lot of shit like under the table, so it wouldn't be tracked by shit like that. And so he can get away. Oh, I'm broke. I ain't making nothing. I'm so bad right now. So
hey, that's what's up. As an independent contractor, I'm on hard times too, man. Shit's tough right now. So I tell the tax man.
Man, look here. In general, I am broke and nobody likes me, bro. That's my favorite phrase. I'm broke. I don't post vacation pictures. I don't post, you want to see me with the chunky chain, none of that shit, bro. Like, fuck that. I don't need to stunt. Now that leads me to this thing with Dame though. Dame is kind of a flashy dude. Do you think Dame would pull the I'm broke lick if he knew other people would know about it?
I mean, he's 50 years. He's like in his 50s. Who's he flashing for? Who's he doing all that for?
You'll be shocked, bro. Cats in their 50s. Now, you give older people a lot of credit than I do, bro. Because I got some uncles right now in their 50s who throwing a chunky chain for a fat ass. But anyway. But I'm gonna leave Dame alone. That's all I got. Y'all got any last thoughts on that whole situation? How much you think you're gonna get for that if you were to somebody were to buy it? I think they want what, $10 million or something. How much you think he would get?
5 to 7.
Think somebody pay 5 to 7 for a depreciating asset? I don't know. What about you, Jay? You think you're gonna get the 10 million? Any offers at all? 52.
I think he might. I mean, I think Drake is probably gonna want that chain, so add to his collection.
I think Drake might learn his lesson, bro. But check it out. We're gonna put you on the spot, my man. We got one of your reviews. We're gonna pull up. People don't know. One of the main things of this platform we do is we review music, we promote independent artists, etc., etc. So what we recently have is a review for the one and only Jay Cloud, the first where he did Freeway and Jake One Stimulus Package 2. My bad, Jake One, man. I meant to tag you, but I couldn't find your Twitter post. But you corrected that later.
Probably not on there. He probably not on there. Jake One's one of them.
No, he's on there. He shared it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't find him.
I was so happy that he's still doing the thing and he's making new stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know, Jay, if you want to run through your review real quick or just kind of explain. You gave a 9 out of 10 for the Freeway Jake One Stimulus Package 2. What date did it come out? I should put the release date on there. But it's a recent, right? Last couple months, right?
Oh no, last month.
July 19th.
Okay. Cool. So you gave it a 9, which is pretty good. I say 10 out of 10 is a classic album. So that's right there on the borderline. So what made you give it that 9, bro?
I think this is Freeway's best album. I think these are some of Jake One's best beats. And I mean, like I said in the review, I think this is a cult because they did their first album, Stimulus Package, in I want to say 2010. And that was a great album. But each of them specifically, Freeway's gone through a lot. Like he lost both of his kids that he talks about on the album, which is, that's heavy shit. And Jake One has pretty much been mastering his craft, working with everybody. And I think it just all came together of Freeway had more to get off than ever. And Jake he was perfectly equipped to set the perfect canvas for it. And it just all came together. This blew the first one out of the wire to me. I love the first one.
It's crazy. Yeah. Now, do you think Freeway still kind of sound like Beans, man? Like I love Beanie Siegel, bro, but he's not, I know he got some health issues, so do Freeway. Freeway still, you think, spitting with that passion of sounds?
Yeah. Freeway don't sound like he had any issues.
That's dope. So we got to pick that joint up. So if people don't know, man, 9 out of 10 is a crazy high score. We don't give too many 9s out of here, so that must mean this shit is dope. So make sure y'all check out that Freeway Jake One. I definitely got to check it out. Still haven't got the project myself, but based on that review, I'm definitely gonna check it out. How you
It's great. It's great. The features he had Simba on there, man. He had some great features. I really liked it. I think Jay's right. Like it felt like what Freeway was rapping about, like he had been sitting on that shit for a minute. It just seemed like really polished. And like this, I had done the review for the Rakim drop a little bit ago. And I've just been bouncing back and forth between that Rakim joint and this for the last few days. And I'm loving this shit. It's like one of those time capsule albums.
That's what's up, yo. Get that early 2000s, maybe 90s feel, yo. All right. Well, appreciate that review, man. Make sure y'all check it out. Once again, Freeway Jake One Stimulus Package 2. Make sure y'all check us out. Go to the Twitter page. If you go to our highlights tab, you can run through all the reviews. We got a whole lot of them. And that's what we promoting, man. That's what we pushing, trying to get that source feel. If we're going back to the 90s, 2000, that's kind of the feel I'm pushing for. But on to the next. We got DJ Akademiks. He's not a DJ. Academic Livingston. States Drake is releasing his Supersoak song without the Yachty feature. If people don't know, the song was leaked. Apparently, like I guess the guy didn't want to sign off on the sample, but apparently they got something done because it's supposed to be shooting a video. But let's listen to this clown.
I heard it's coming out. People, with a music video. Now, there's some interesting shit going on here. I hear the Supersoak track is coming out. Music video included. One caveat. There's no Lil Yachty on it, which that's a little confusing to me, but it is what it is. Only confusing because it was Yachty's song initially. Drake sent that to Yachty for it to be on Yachty's Concrete project. Heard it's coming out.
All right, there you heard that, the fresh off the press. The bromance is over. Is the bromance over?
I think I have an idea what happened.
What happened?
Because he went out he did the interview about how he pretty much leaked it, and I think it probably was a thing of Drake contacted the dude, and his thing was like, take him off and I'll clear it. Because what he came out with was disrespectful. Like, if somebody tells you they're not clearing shit and you just like, fuck that, how do you think they're gonna react?
Yeah, man, he has this fucking cocky shit going. But yeah, that's actually a pretty good fucking theory, man. That's a pretty good fucking theory. Because obviously, if you're making a video for something, you're not making a video for something that wasn't cleared. I can promise you that. So somewhere along the line, it got cleared, and I'm wondering why. That could be it, man. Drake might just broke him off some bread, like you said. One of his requests was like, "I'll take the money, but you gotta take that motherfucker off." That's pretty plausible to me, bro. What do you think, Cam, bro?
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Akademiks is such a dork, dude. Every time he gets to talking, I just can't deal with it, man. He's just so goofy.
Yo, he's such a fan, bro. Like it's almost like you're supposed to be a journalist, right? Quote, air quotes, bro. He's supposed to be a journalist, and for years, we saw journalists supposed to be cool, calm, and collected, bro. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be neutral, unbiased, but he's such a fucking fan, and he's not the only one though. You know what I mean? Like I think a lot of these are fanboys. You know what I mean? So
to be fair, people made him a journalist.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
Yeah, I guess so. What? Just streaming and just people tune in.
Yeah,
was he even?
YouTube guy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kai's like that. Kai was playing fucking video games, wasn't he? And all of a sudden, you're a journalist. It's the weirdest shit. So you don't even have no kind of journalist training. You don't know the integrity. You don't know any of that shit. You just talk.
You're just like, oh, okay. So I guess I talk about rappers. Okay, I can do that.
Big fact, yo. Now with the song being leaked, man, and we see, like, to me, like Drake is in kind of a predicament, right? Where coming off of the beef, yo, he has to. If he doesn't do numbers, what he produces is not a hit. Is it automatically like gonna go to like Kendrick defeated this dude's soul? We already see it now with people like, yo, he took his soul, shanked the sun style, right?
He's grasping. He's grasping because he saw the reaction this song got. Like this song was getting a good reaction. I didn't hear it, but this song was getting a good reaction from people, unlike pretty much anything he's dropped since the battle. So he's grasping onto this shit. He's like, oh, I'll do whatever the fuck you want. You want me to take him off? You got it.
Yeah, it's the spaghetti at the wall tactic. That's what's going on. He's just hoping something sticks.
Yeah, but I don't know if this is the right project. And it's also kind of weird to me, that as many songs as Drake has done with people through the years, it's not like a army of people lining up to do features with him. At least I don't know. I've never heard of, like, to me that would be the best get back, is to do a song with somebody still major, somebody still making moves, and like, yo, I'm not banished from hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But
then that means they don't get a Kendrick feature. So you got to find somebody who doesn't want a Kendrick feature. and that's major artists. I don't know who you're gonna find that he hasn't already worked with.
Yeah. I mean, he can dig to the crates for the C-list guys who just want to get on and get a bag and make it. Honestly, I don't know why he doesn't have an army of those. And that was like one of the major faults, kind of off the path here. But that was kind of major faults, I think, with the beef is that like you don't have no spitters over there, OVO dog. You don't got no fucking real rappers. You know what I mean? Like through the whole thing, he got to watch his back and watch what he say, because you piss off J-Rock, you piss off Ab Soul, you know what I'm saying? You piss off even Schoolboy Q, you know what I'm saying? It might be problems, right? I think one of his mistakes was even mentioning Top. You know what I mean? You should have just kept it with Kendrick. You mentioned Top, now he gonna let everybody loose on you. You feel me?
Or mentioning YG.
Yeah.
And then YG's send him a diss song.
Yeah. So to me, it was just a strategic misstep. On top of that, is like, that's my biggest criticism of Drake. I think it's like, yo, why if you're the culture, you move the culture, bro. Where the fuck your rappers at, my guy? You got a whole label. Where the fuck your rappers at, dog? You know what I mean? That makes no sense to me. But I digress, yo. Akademiks.
How many of these shots do you think he has left before like you kind of see like a downward trajectory? Because I think if he keeps putting stuff out and it doesn't hit, you're gonna see him go like completely pop again.
I mean, quality wise, we've seen a decline for a while.
Yeah, I agree. I think even this Supersoak song is pretty like run of the mill. I think it's pretty lackluster in my opinion. I mean, it's 808s and you singing. It's the same shit you've been doing for fucking 20 years. You know what I mean? There's nothing innovative about it. To me, I think it'd be better if he had made a track where he's like rapping. And we know he can rap if he wanted to. Why you not rap? To me, I think you should put out some rap shit. You know what I mean? Some bars instead of like the crooning shit. But to me, this is pop. This is the pop direction that he's going. That's a pop song to me. You know what I mean? But that's all I got on that. We got anything else on that Supersoak song coming out? Are you excited for the video? Akademiks gonna be like the Thriller come out, bro.
I'm shaking in anticipation.
Fucking Supersoak. And that's another misstep too. Like you just got the fucking freaky ass 69 God allegations.
You were a 40-year-old adult, dude, putting out songs.
And you coming out with Supersoak.
This is your damage control? This is your damage control right here? Supersoak.
Who's advising you, dog? You hope you got some females in that video. I hope you checking IDs, bro. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Yay. Let's go to Yay. Someone who's also kind of spiraling, I think, a little bit. I think we can kind of agree to that. But he recently lost his lawsuit against Adidas. If people don't know, he got dropped from Adidas, or they dropped the deal due to what they say is anti-Semitic comments and offensive behavior. I'll read a little bit of this. Adidas has emerged victorious in its legal battle with investors over Kanye West's anti-Semitic comments and other inappropriate behavior during their Yeezy partnership. In court documents reviewed by Hip Hop DX, a judge sided with the sports giant, dismissed the lawsuit filed against him, which accused the company of failing to protect investors by ignoring the potential damage caused by Ye. And Judge Karen J. Emmergroot ruled that whatever that is, for complaint contained insufficient evidence and failed to prove that Adidas had misled investors regarding its lucrative yet volatile partnership with West, which ended in October 2022 following a string of anti-Semitic and other racially offensive statements from the rappers. It just basically goes on to say how the lawsuit basically was dropped, or not dropped, but dismissed due to the insufficient evidence. I mean, they could appeal or whatever they want to do, but is this kind of like another cog in the wheel or the chapter of the unraveling of Kanye West? Or what do y'all think about this latest drama that's going on?
I just think it gave him more stuff to rant about what he was ranting about.
Yeah, that's true.
Not like he's gonna stop now. What's he got to stop for?
That's his brand now, bro. I think the rant is his brand.
That's it.
I think he's a little preoccupied I don't know how much ranting he's gonna be doing, but
Yeah. Now, coming off the last episode, we talked about the Vultures 2 rollout, which I think some people had issue with. Some people saying that, lackluster album, and things of that nature. He's went back, like pulled some songs, changed some shit 50 million times. What's going on with Ye, man? Does he need a sabbatical, bro? Does he even need to be out there, you think, at this point?
bro need to go to his friends. The same issue with him has been the same issue since around the life of Pablo. The people around him look at him like a meal ticket and don't want to get him help. And it keeps the issues keep compounding, and now he's fucking addicted to nitrous. now we're here. But it's like we never would have gotten here if he had actual friends around him that gave a shit about him. Consequence doesn't want to, Consequence don't want to sacrifice that.
Yeah, man. Did you watch the Donda documentary?
I didn't.
I watched
No.
part of it. I watched the majority of it. One thing, and it's very interesting because although it's a pretty big gap at one point. Like I think once like kind of the Rocafella breakup onto like current Kanye, our relationship with Kim, you kind of see a little bit of a gap because I guess he fell out with the cameraman. He started to get on his Hollywood shit or whatever, right? But up until that point, you kind of see the progression, of like backpacker Chicago kid, the majority of his raps, what they contain and stuff like that. But then you also can kind of see like the relationship he had with his mother. And then, when she passed, like, things kind of went off the rails. That was almost like his, so it was interesting in that aspect. But one thing when you was talking about like him having friends and shit, whoever that cameraman with that was like following me, I guess he originally like paid the dude just like follow him around before he got blew up in anticipation of a documentary. But then after the fact, like they was homies, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and then like as he's spiraling or as he, you kind of see the mental issues poke around, like when he's filming that, he literally turns the camera off. Like, I don't want to show the world this, where a lot of people would have kept that camera rolling. So like when he goes on the rants, like you could tell some, maybe hints of schizophrenia or something, but like he starts to just go off the rails. Like, and I'm talking like in rooms full of like rich old white people. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was me or you, we'd be in jail. But you could see him going like on his rant, and they just sitting there listening to whatever the fuck he's saying. But as he gets deeper to the rant and it gets more off the rails, he starts talking about aliens and all this other shit. They like put the camera down. Like the dude turns the camera off. Like, I'm not gonna show my friend in this light. And like whoever that dude is, I don't remember his name. He's from Chicago, but that was like a real friend of his. You know what I mean? You could just tell that was a real friend of his. And a lot of these people, when I was watching the Vultures 1 roll out in this room full of these people, Milo and all these other people, and you could see these people just there, just to be there. You know what I mean? Soak up fame and shit like that. And I think you're right, bro. Like people discount friendship, having real friends, and people give a fuck about you, particularly if you're in this space of an artist. So if you haven't checked it out, I recommend checking it out just for that simple fact that it's almost like a case study, bro, on like what fame plus mental issues and losing a loved one can do to a person. It's very interesting if anybody hasn't checked it out. But
yeah, I went from feeling sorry for him to what the fuck is this dude doing? All the way back around to now I feel sorry for him because it's like he's gone so far gone that I don't know that there's any getting him out now. And it's like that people just let it get to this point. It's like fans exacerbated it too. Fans kept egging it on, like, oh no, he's speaking that real, like no, he's and it's like that amped him up. People kept putting batteries in his back, like, no, let him talk. He's speaking the gospel right now, like, and then he gets to start believing that, and it's like, you keep amping somebody up, and they're gonna think that they can do anything. but we're humans. We can't do anything.
I think he's
Some shit that's gonna
legitimately
hurt us.
got CTE from that car accident. There's all the sporadic shit and everything. Like as it progresses and gets like worse, like I got buddies that are punch drunk from fighting and shit like that. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped competing is the risk of CTE. And I just kind of see that same trajectory. I think he's legitimately got CTE. And I mean, there's ways to mitigate it, but untreated, it's a, you know, so I kind of do feel sorry for him in a certain, you know, in a certain aspect. But he been telling y'all since 2009, he can't tell me nothing. So that's what it's gonna be. But no, I think he's got CTE for real.
I never even thought of that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm on the fence with that. You know, having seen some shit. I'm fucking TBI times 3 ass motherfucker, right? And I'm not going off the rails on the type of shit he's doing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think
It gets
it
gets everybody different. Some people got like a genetic predisposition to where like it doesn't affect them as much and shit like that. But,
yeah, I had a nurse call me Wolverine one time when I was fucked up. So maybe that was it, bro. Maybe I got them Wolverine powers, bro. But that's all good. Yeah, I do hope one thing, man. I do hope is that at a certain point, I don't give a fuck who it is, because I hate to see, you know, this continue his legacy, because the man was putting out dope albums. The man is innovative as fuck, bro. Super talented. So I hope at some point, man, that somebody intervenes, you know what I mean? Or even if he finds it within himself to check himself into some way and get right, you know what I mean? But I just don't see a good trajectory as far as it's going right now. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think music wise. I think music wise is done. He's done too much damage there. At this point, I just hope he does something for himself personally. You know, because it's like, you know, nobody wants to see a fucking human spiral.
Yes,
especially
somebody you kind of grew up with. I feel like we almost grew up with him. You know what I mean? Like, you may not know him personally, but you grew up off this dude's music. You know what I mean? That's a big thing to me. You know what I mean? So that's all I got. Anything else? Any final thoughts on Ye?
Oh man, he already won. He could go buy an island and just fucking disappear, dog.
You trying to get Russell Simmons on, bro? Go to Bali.
I'm just
all right, man. So we ain't got Southside, so I guess I'll take the crash dummy of the week, bro. Rant on.
Hey, Dad.
All right, crash dummy of the week. We have the one and only. I'm not gonna call him DJ because I'm not gonna disrespect the likes of Cool Herc. I'm not gonna disrespect the likes of Kid Capri, Grandmaster Flash, Grandmaster Cat. I'm not gonna respect any of these people who are actual fucking DJs. So this is Vladimir. Here we have Vladimir. People don't know Vladimir has a platform. Basically, he hosts washed rappers and C-list rappers telling on themselves and calling it a culture. And if people don't know, let's take a dive into the background of Vladimir. Vladimir calls himself a DJ because he failed to try to sling mixtapes back in the day. He failed at a number of hip-hop related things he was doing until one magical day he said some shit about Rick Ross and his crew and got his ass whooped at the Ozone Awards and filed a suit and won a suit. And he parlayed that money, or at least a settlement, he parlayed that money into his little platform that he has now, where he basically pays rappers to come on his platform to say salacious shit or to snitch on themselves, essentially, if they're a lower tier rapper. However, people need to recognize he recently had a dust up with Marlon Wayans, which we're going to go into later on. So I'm not going to get too much into that. But the reason he is the crash dummy of the week, I would say he should get a lifetime crash dummy award, to be honest with you, because this man is nothing more than a vulture. He does not produce music. He does not make music. He does not rap. He has never DJ'd anything outside maybe a bar mitzvah or some shit. This dude in itself is not anything culture related. And he also pays people to come on his platform for those interviews for nothing more than a sound bite to collect. That is it. That is all. And off building his so-called brand, he has gotten this ego where he thinks he's bigger actually than the culture. He thinks he is part of the culture, which is why he got into a dust up not too long ago with the one and only legendary producer Darkchild, who has a niece. She commented on one of his posts, and he proceeded to try to drag her. She's a college professor, by the way, at a very Ivy League school, right? He tried to drag her thinking she was a normal person. Turns out she's Darkchild niece. He proceeded to get his ass dragged for probably the 50 millionth fucking time. And now he's kind of spiraling himself. My thing is, bro, if you're a rapper, bro, if you're a emerging wannabe artist, stop going on this dude's casting couch, bro. This dude has no respect for you. He wants nothing other than a sound bite. He does not care. You can see the exchange he had with Marlon Wayans, which salute Marlon Wayans, who tried to tax his ass for 40K. Oh, Marlon ain't worth 40K. And what the fuck are you worth, Vlad? Who the fuck is paying Vlad for anything? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't pay you to take out my fucking trash there, bro. So this is the reason I'm electing this dude as Crash Dummy of not only the week, but of the fucking decade, and a lifetime Crash Dummy award, because fuck DJ Vlad. And he also blocked me, which shows how low your little fucking ego is. A person with less than 1,000 followers, and I barely rant on you. I might say some shit every once in a while, but you took it out your day with your 300, 400,000 followers to block little old me because I called you out for the vulture that you are. And you're ugly, by the way. And that's all I have on Mr. Vladimir, who shall not remain. Only way I'm calling you DJ if your name was Daryl James, brother. Your name is Vladimir going forward. And I would like to say, on behalf of myself, fuck out of here, vulture. And that's all I have for our Crash Dummy of the Week, Mr. Vladimir. And you can unblock me and maybe you can see it, motherfucker. But anyway, that segues into our next topic, which I kind of hit it on before. Vlad tries to shade Marlon Wayans for asking for that 40K for an interview. And they proceeded to have a back and forth on Twitter, I believe it was. But let me pull up this right here. Okay, Marlon Wayans and Vlad get into a back and forth over Wayans' 40K interview fee. Nobody on earth is going to pay Marlon 40K for an interview when he gets 100 to 300,000 views on any platform he interviews on. This guy is really delusional. And if you go into the thread, it kind of goes on, which is super unprofessional, by the way. I gonna lie, I thought it was Marlon's ego to kind of leak what was going on, but in reality, it was Vlad who tried to drag Marlon later on. But you can see the back and forth right here. And he even points it out. You mad, you unprofessional, my guy. If you don't like the number, keep it moving. You look bad. You should fall back mad at a black man stating his number. And now you go public and use your platform to try to drag me. I never in my life dealt with this silly negotiating tactic. Vlad replies back, not mad at all. I found this amusing because you really think that you're worth 40K for an interview. And I want people to kind of pay attention to what he's saying for people who go on this interview. So whatever he pays you, that's what he thinks of you as the hired help. Just FYI for people who's on this payroll. I said there's nobody on earth that will pay you that, and I've yet to be proven wrong. Throwing out a stupid ass number for an interview is unprofessional, my guy, because your interviews don't even make 5% of that on every platform you do. And bringing up race, there's no mention of it throughout all discussion shows. Weak of a man you really are. So they continue to go back and forth. And I believe I have a video which Vlad kind of tried to. I hate to give him any views, but it's fucking relevant. So. Oh, no, this ain't it. He does have an interview on it. I'll try to pull it out later, but let me throw it to y'all. What do y'all think about this back and forth with Vlad and Marlon Wayans? And do you think the 40K was what Marlon actually think he was worth, or was he just trying to, what we call a tax in the hood, trying to tax Vlad.
Hey, that's probably like a standard. That's probably like a standard fee for a Marlon interview. It's probably somewhere ballpark there, something like that. I mean, Vlad is what they based the definition of culture vulture off of. He's a suburban Bay Area white dude, went to UC Berkeley, you know, and just stuck his chubby little fingers in anything he could. It's weird to me that he still has a platform and he still get with all. I mean, I guess all press is good press, but we had talked about it before. Like I ain't never sat through a Vlad interview my whole life. Besides, the only thing I've ever seen were like the little clips and stuff. But I don't understand how he like who's going to this guy for information and content. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. He's got to be buying the views or something because I don't know anyone. And no one ever said, "Hey, you see the DJ Vlad interview?" Or
He
you hear what
clickbaits.
DJ Vlad say about this?
He does clickbait titles. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think he purposely gets certain people which maybe past their prime as far as artists or things of that nature, and he goes for like the salacious type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much his brand is being a TMZ type of dude. You know what I mean? But to me, it's like, what is your contribution to the if you're not the culture vulture, right? If and I do think the term does get overused, but I think for him it actually fits because it's like, what do you do, bro? One of the good things, I like with this platform, and one of the reasons why I reached out to who I reached out to try to help build it up is because it's people that's actually involved in music, whether they rap, whether they produce, whether they did interviews with people before, whether they fucking make beats. It's people that do all types of shit. I think it's about 3 or 4 people on this fucking platform that out rap a lot of motherfuckers, right? That's just my personal opinion, but it's something to the culture. It's not just criticism. It's not just like salacious shit. It's not just like clickbaity shit. It's people that actually love the brand, love hip hop, love music in general, and want to do something to advance that. What is Vlad trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your end game? What is your goal? What are you trying to go with it? Are you trying to promote independent art? You're not doing that. Are you trying to advance the culture in any type of way? Do you do a mixtape with all the people that like, what are you doing that's advancing hip hop in any kind of way? You know what I mean? I don't see it. So I think that's why he has the title that he has. Now I'm not sure if Marlon is the one. Like I wouldn't imagine him being a freedom fighter of the group or whatever. But I'm kind of happy he tried to tax him. You feel me? Like
Getting fraud checked by Marlon Wayans. That's pretty wild. That just tells you how soft you are. You get fraud checked by Marlon Wayans. All respect to Marlon Wayans. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no disrespect to Marlon, but I just not the name I would thought when I think of like checking Vlad. You know what I mean? I know Godfrey goes up there once in a while and checks, but that's my thing too. Is like, bro, why are y'all going up there? Like, it's so many platforms. We just talked about this earlier. How many people who are, quote unquote journalists or journalist related, or you can even build your own lane at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can come on this fucking platform. We'd be happy to host some of you cats to talk about some real shit, not no bullshit, right? But it's like, if you have, granted, you may not get those Vlad views initially, but the reason Vlad get the views is not because it's Vlad. It's because Boosie on here is every week, right? It's because, you know what I'm saying, Tony Yayo is up here. It's because, you know what I mean, Math Hoffa up here, whoever the fuck he has up there, right? It ain't because of Vlad. You can go on any platform, dog, and once that platform is built up or build it up, then you're going to get the views. So that's part of the problem, I think. I think Vlad think his views is because he's Vlad.
Well, he built he built that shit off of gossip, and then he the thing is, he'd elevate every few years. He'd elevate the platform by getting a new like crop of people. Shout out to the homie Royce. He used to do like a lot of early interviews with him, and he stopped fucking with him. And Lord Jamar stopped fucking with him. Godfrey stopped fucking with him. It's all similar reasons. And it's like he falls out with these people and says "fuck you." Pretty much, I really want to. I cannot wait to see that whole shit go down because he's very smug. He has a very smug attitude about like falling out with people or them having grievances with shit that he says. Like he's very if you don't like it, that's cool. I can just get somebody else to replace you. And yeah, it's like he keeps falling out with the people who are bringing him the most traffic. Daylight's not fucking with him no more. I could just go down the list of people who brought him the most traffic and they just don't fuck with him anymore not because of necessarily money or anything, just because of shit that he says. They address it and the way he reacts to it. He thinks he don't got to apologize for shit, or he don't gotta run anything back. And it's like sometimes you're wrong, bro. Like sometimes you're wrong, and he's one of those people that, nah, I'm not wrong. Like, how the fuck can I be wrong? And I think based on this whole exchange, that number that Marlon gave him, that was definitely a fuck out of here number. Like, don't. Here's a number that I know you're not going to give me. And yeah, rightfully so too.
Rightfully so. I agree. And it's not like, I mean, it is Marlon Wayans. Like I said, I'm not no disrespect to Marlon Wayans, but the Wayans name holds some weight, bro.
It does.
Just like the Jenkins name when he was going at Dark Child's niece. Like you're actually pissing off people who, while they may not seem like they're like big movers and shakers, like a lot of people fuck with these people, man. A lot of people fuck with these. If you look at Dark Child's resume, dog, you talking Mariah Carey, Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? You talking fucking Tony Braxton type. You talking like some top tier motherfuckers who this dude has done music for, dog. And shit like that. So it's like you keep on, bro. Like you keep on. You ain't gonna get nobody up there to do fucking. Even the C-list people. And once you not popping, bro, even the C-list rappers ain't gonna fuck with you no more. You know what I mean? Or the D-list rappers, they're not gonna fuck with you no more. You know what I mean? So what are you gonna eat on in? So, and this is all he does. It's not like this man has a label. It's not like he has a brand that he can fall back on or anything like that. So once he stops getting these interviews, it's a wrap.
That's why I know that he was giving him a number that he knew he wasn't going to pay, because that's a number. Because first of all, he's posting videos of interviews that he's doing at radio stations, Clear Channel. They have that type of money to throw around. DJ like Vlad TV is just a YouTube channel. It's a glorified YouTube channel, so it's like it's he's not gonna be able to pay that kind of money.
Nah, yeah, Marlon goes on the Breakfast Club like all the time.
Yeah,
it's like why would he take time out of his day to go to Vlad?
So he knew what he was doing.
And apparently
he does have that mad entitled energy. Like
exactly.
That's why I said that Bay Area suburban white energy. I don't know you ever been to Berkeley, but like Berkeley, California, it's like the most pompous city in the United States. It's wild. They all got that same vibe down there. It's fucking annoying as shit.
Yeah, I wanted to play the video, but I know he's gonna clip us as soon as he sees that fucking little thing up. But basically, when he's interviewing this dude, this Elliot Wilson cat, right? And he's like, the way he's talking, it is so like pompous, yo. It's so like, hey, Marlon Wayans got the nerve to ask me for 40K, dude. Yeah, I went on the Breakfast Club. I got more views than you, type shit. It's like, my guy, like, who the fuck are you, dog? Like, if you go to a regular, bro, if you go to a high school right now, ask half these freshmen who the fuck Vladimir is, bro. They don't know who the fuck you. You're not popping like that, bro. So I don't know why.
Call the police. Who's this weird guy at the high school?
He's based on YouTube, and he goes over and does an interview on another YouTube channel. He thinks all the people from his fucking page aren't gonna go over there and watch the interview. That's not even a like all the people that are fans of Marlon don't go on YouTube. So it's like that doesn't even fucking make sense for him to try to draw equivalency there.
Yeah, like it's the attitude, bro. That's why you said like a lot of people not fucking with you. It's not necessarily that they have a major. It's just you just a fucking asshole, dog. Like just fucking asshole.
One of these days, because he has security. One of these days, his security is gonna go to the bathroom for a good 20 minutes.
Yeah, man. Like you ain't got that bag, or you ain't got that muscle like you think before, bro. And like I said, some real person's gonna come up there, and it's a lot of brothers that's not gonna like jump in to take a bullet for Vlad, bro. So he needs to tread lightly. Somebody might be on some I want to get views by smacking Vlad type shit. I'm not encouraging shit, but I'm just saying you get to a certain point where you know nobody cares about. It's almost like that time when like Young Bird's chain was going on, like when everybody was like trying to beat up Young Bird, right? It was like open season on Young Bird, right? You get to a point where if it's like open season on you, people just want to, especially this clickbaity ass generation, where it's just like open season to smack the shit out of Vlad. Now you got a target on your back. You know what I'm saying? So I would say you gotta tread lightly on shit like that, bro.
Is Marlon like doing a media tour or something? Does he got something coming up?
I don't know, bro. I know he had a Netflix special out not too long ago. I don't know how long ago it came.
Because the whole scenario just doesn't make any sense.
He didn't start the shit. Vlad started the shit.
Yeah.
There's a video of Vlad say, "Oh well, you know, speaking of the Wayans," and he put that business out there. And mine's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah,
bro, you should just shut the fuck up and kept it moving.
That probably was that Elliot Wilson interview because he was just so offended that.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, he was like so offended that he got this 40K number. Like, you're not worth that, you know. Instead of keeping it moving, like that's that ego shit, bro. You ego tripping. You could have just not said shit. Okay, man, I don't want to pay you 40K. You have a good day. And then he lowball. Like another caveat to that, he counter with 5. You like he didn't even try to give him the 10 of the sawbuck. He countered with 5, bro. You know what I mean? It's like if somebody asks you for 40, you come back with 5. That's insulting, bro. That's like walk away from the table type of shit. All right.
Shit, I'm not doing a Vlad interview for 5,000.
That makes me wonder what he's paying some of these other people for going up there.
That's
you know
what,
I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know, bro. I say a lot of the people. I got mad respect for Boosie and all these other cats. And like he on a lifetime contract. Man, stop going on this dude shit, bro. Stop going on this
like I be going on YouTube. I seen Boosie part 123.
Man, bro, he's a regular.
One interview.
He's a regular, bro. Like I know Boosie go anywhere. Like it's so many rappers in the South that got a Boosie feature because if you got 5 to 10K, he'll do a song with you.
He doing it.
Yeah, stop it, bro. Stop going on this casting couch. Stop going to Vlad, bro. Like it's plenty of platforms that would be happy to have Boosie, but at a certain point, it's gonna hurt your brand to even go on this dude's shit. You know what I mean? But that's all I got. Let's keep it moving, yo. Making good time here. What we got here?
What if I told you that instead of setting up
a Method Man? See, I don't know if they're gonna block me out, but I'm gonna try to go to the part of
green
play for you.
You can just click a button and
hopefully they won't get us for a minute.
As a fraud.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
With AI, they have the ability to take your whole aura, demeanor, voice,
yes,
and reproduce that for the masses. Give me your opinion on that.
I'm still trying to figure out AI, but I have seen some things that have made me raise an eyebrow. The Drake diss with the Tupac and Snoop, the fake Kendrick. It's a lot to it. I mean, I think it goes way deeper than that, especially when it comes to IPs for artists that came from my era, right. Because, you know, honestly, I've never gotten a streaming check.
All right, I'm stopping right there. Like I said, I don't want to get the clip too much. But he goes on. He spoke a little bit about the AI, which is a topic I want to hit on as well. But are you shocked that Method Man said he never got a streaming check, dog?
No, because I know a little bit of the inner workings of his situation, but that's like not a directly him thing, but he's not missing out on shit. He's not missing out on shit. He's good. So I don't think if he was to get that, I don't think it would be very consequential.
Yeah. What you Cam, you shocked that he ain't never got a
He's not.
streaming?
Nah, he's not pursuing it, and I don't think he's really worried about that 0.006 cents per stream.
Half of a
Whatever the fuck it is.
penny. Yeah. All right, but I want to kind of go backtrack to the first part, right? Speaking about AI, we know about the Drake with the Snoop and the Tupac shit and all this other stuff. So my thing is, do you see the AI becoming acceptable at a certain point? We know a lot of things in hip hop to a certain extent you never said you was gonna see, right? It was a point where you say you never see a openly gay rapper, and now you got, you know, Saucy out here with the acrylic nails, right? It was a point where you see you're not seeing a lot of stuff that's now happened. Do you think AI could actually, although it's being rejected right now, could it take off?
I mean, they're trying to make it happen, but people keep pushing back. Too many people keep pushing back against it for it to be a thing anytime soon. Just there's more people pushing against it, like, get that shit out of here, or that's not real, music, etc., which is not. There's too many people pushing back against it for it to be successful.
But you think AI could take effect, or could it be accepted at a certain point?
I think Jay's right. Like, it's not at a level now where they can do anything with it, but like as it gets better, like the actual technology and shit, I mean, time will tell, but you know, it removes like that personal, emotional type of shit from the artistry and from the music. Like, I think you might be able to implement it for like club shit, you know, for like the NPC type music. But outside of that, I just don't seeing it be like receptive.
I'll say this: I think it's gonna become accepted when people don't know that it's happening. And I think it's already like it's never gonna be publicly accepted. It's always gonna be, oh, that's what you're doing, like with the. But behind the scenes, there's people using it already. They just don't. Fans don't know, and the people using it aren't going to tell you. So,
Facts. I'm pretty sure we have heard at least one or two songs already. I'm sure it's been a hit where at least partial AI has been used, and
they got things that you can make beats on AI. I'm 1,000% positive there's probably songs on the chart right now that have like maybe not completely made by AI, but partially.
Yeah, reference tracks. Tons of reference tracks probably for AI. Melodies and shit like that. Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, if you think about it, it may not be hip hop, but it was once upon a time. I remember the big controversy with Milli Vanilli and shit. It was like, oh, they lip singing and shit. It's like, how many artists are actually singing there? So have you heard some of these fucking singers live? Right? It's like, there's no way that same voice was on that record that you doing in this fucking stadium or this show right now, right? And it's just crazy how that's been accepted, where we kind of lost that. Segues kind of to the next thing that I got for you, which is the debate hypothetical question. I'm gonna throw it y'all real quick. Has, like, we talked about the streaming game. Method Man never got a streaming check, right? We know now that CDs basically done, right? Like, there's no fucking CDs. Vinyl's trying to make a little bit of a comeback, but that's about it, right? But mostly everybody gets their music these days through these streaming platforms. You got millions, hundreds of thousands of songs at least at your fingertips. And has that led to the devaluation of music as a commodity? Y'all think?
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, we're gonna see an end to this too soon, because some of these labels are reporting that it's kind of reached a plateau where they're not gaining. And when you're dealing with businesses that big, that's a problem. That's as big of a problem as losing, not gaining. So they're gonna try to come up with something to bring things on the upswing, or they're gonna try to find a way to maneuver and to shift to something else. Because if they can't, because the thing about it is everybody that streams music, everybody that was ever gonna sign up to Spotify has already signed up. So there's no more money to make unless they start creating tiers or they start doing virtual concerts or shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't do that, then they're gonna this shit is gonna go away. I don't know when it's gonna go away, but its lifetime is the fact that it's already at this point. It's on borrowed time, and I don't know what the next step would be, because I mean the last step we were at, physicals were fizzling out, and we were in digital MP3s and just digital files and whatnot. And I feel like we might go back to that for a while, because that never really went away, especially with the whole with people buying NFTs and shit like that, because people would buy NFTs of albums and stuff like that. And people were actually spending money on that shit. And people were buying Makami albums, digital only albums, for like $200. So I think we might shift back to that, but I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I just know streaming is on very bottled time right now because of the point they've reached. But yeah, it's definitely people have become accustomed to, I spend $5 or $10 or however the fuck much it is. I don't stream music. People are accustomed to spending that and getting every album that they want.
Yeah, fingertips, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It used to be an event. It used to be an event when the CD came out. Now it's like surprise. They just drop a surprise album on a Thursday because fuck it,
Yeah, it used to be like a lead up, like a fight. Like months lead up and all kinds of shit. But you're right though. They gotta find, because they can't operate in a small profit margin. Like they need big pieces of pie. So the change has got to be, whether it's implementing paywalls on a paywall, like putting a separate paywall on the streaming platforms for, like you were saying, tier systems. I think Patreon does something like that. Patreon's a site where they got like tier systems and shit like that. Whether it's early access or charging for pre-saves, but everything's right there has been so diluted because like the amount of music that's just like flooded the marketplaces. The only good thing to like accessibility in music, like on a personal level, is it really opens you up to like a lot of different stuff that you would have never thought you liked. But again, that's not lucrative or beneficial for the streaming platforms. So they're going to have to find a way to implement some shit that's going to get their bread. Because you're right, I don't see it going much longer, because the progression of it happened so fast. I think it kind of caught them off guard, and they didn't really have a contingency plan for when it got to this point.
Whatever they do next, though, it's not going to be in the interest of the artist, because people got to remember this is a tech company. This is not a music industry, a music industry like ran company. Though, this is a tech company. These are tech people. They don't care about shit like that, and that's why artists haven't been getting paid more, or even getting paid fair ever. So it's like they're paying people based on income and numbers and the amount of people on the platform and shit like that. They're not looking at it from a human level. So whatever they do next is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt music even more, and that's gonna cause people to. That's gonna piss that's gonna piss people off, and that's gonna cause them to want to bring that shit down even sooner. So I really, every path leads to this shit is not gonna last till 2030.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. One of the things I did see, which is not even just limited to music, I think Crit kind of did something similar with his last release, where people paying, speaking of the paywall, kind of like paying for early access. It's like comedian Andrew Schultz. I think he did his last comedy special where he released it. You had to pay for the early access, but he, like a month later, he released it to the public, right? So you could pay to watch it early type of shit. I don't know how lucrative that would end up being, but that's one thing I have saw. We recently seen something with the Kendrick Lamar with the Amazon concert that he had. That's something you could probably look into where you offer that live. I think you hit on that, J Cloud, bro, where you have a concert. All right, you pay for this, you pay for my service, you pay for this. That's kind of why personalities have become. It's like it's kind of earlier with Big Sean we was talking about, right? There's no real personality with Big Sean, right? That's why people are becoming more characters, I think, because they're not only just selling their music, they're selling themselves as like a brand, entertainment brand almost. You know what I'm saying? That's why fucking Ice Spice just twerking all fucking day, right? That's your shit, right? That's what you do. So I think we were in that lane right now, and even we saw that with the death of the radio, the death of the radio personalities, right? Now you don't have like these radio personalities. They're hiring comedians. They're putting people on who are entertaining, not so much people who are musically inclined, but just people who are funny, people who are this. You know what I mean? So you're seeing this shift where it's just you more so selling yourself, and that's looks like where the music is headed to me. It's not going to be so much your talent. It's going to be so much how entertaining are you as a person. How are you entertaining as watch? We can fucking throw some auto-tune on you. We can have somebody do some lyrics for you. We can do a reference track. But do people want to look at you? Are you attractive? Are you know what I mean? So I think that might be kind of where the lane we're at right now, to be honest with you, yo. You know what I mean? I don't know if necessarily you're going to get the best musicians, the best anything. You're going to get personalities, bro. That's where music is headed to me, yo. A bunch of personality type of shit, you know? I don't know how y'all feel about that, think about that, but that's kind of where I'm seeing it going. What else we got here? Y'all got anything off that or anything else about the value of music? Will we see a renaissance, bro? I know J Cloud kind of thinks we will. What about you, Cam? You know what I mean? Like, do you think we'll see a eventual turning?
I think we kind of already are. Honestly, I think you're starting to see it like creep back in as far as like artistry and passionate music. Because I think it's like a human condition to like have music that you actually connect to like on a personal level. And if you know that's been kind of absent for not completely, but it's been more absent than it has ever been in the last decade or so. So I think people are, people are going to figure out a way to bring that back because it's like a primal thing that you need in your life, and people are good and they're going to find a way to put that out. I wouldn't mind seeing artists with decent followings go back to like email lists type distribution and shit like that, where it's like real personal, like you were talking about how Immortal Technique, I forgot the exact quote, but Vinny Paz has a similar type quote where he's like, I'd rather have 10,000 people that really rock with me than 1 million people who just know my name. And it's kind of, I mean, you're going to have more niches and they're going to be harder to access, but the people that are in those niches are really going to be committed to it. So that might be a positive that comes out of it.
Yeah,
I think people are a lot of stuff has been around, like a lot of artists like that, they're very like that introspective type of stuff and just very like thoughtful. I want to say more thoughtful. That stuff has been around. I think people are hungry for that because these platforms and these tastemakers have been pushing the same shit as each other. Everyone on that has these types of platforms, they're all pushing the same shit. So it's like there's nothing new breaking through. If you want something new, you have to like go and dig for it. And the thing is, none of these platforms are pushing that type of music. They're pushing one type of music with one group of artists. So it's like people are getting sick of that. It's like a good example. I just did a shout to the homie Blue. I just did a review for him and Evidence's album. He's going through it. He's having like a whole like I don't even know, probably like a third wind at this point. He's having a whole new career like fire in him, and he's like one of the he was like among all the like the Kendrick, Kid Cudi, them type of artists, and just that type of stuff that's like, you know, makes you think, or is just very well crafted or thoughtfully crafted. People miss that type of stuff. And it's like you can't just go to J. Cole for that. You can't just go to Kendrick and J. Cole. People no, who else is making this type of music?
Facts.
And you know, we're starting to see that. I don't know why we're starting to see that, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Say it's a good thing. Yeah. I think Cam hit it earlier, bro. I think hip hop is gonna start to go into niches. You know, I think we're already seeing that it's breaking off. It's split. You got to consider hip hop is in its infancy still. Like you're talking about a platform that's been big since what, maybe the 80s, maybe early 80s or so. So it still has a lot of growing to do, you know, and I think you're starting to see the split off. You've been seeing the split off of the more poppy direction. You got the boom bap shit. You still have that, you know, still people that's spitting like that. And you're gonna see the more of the rhythmic shit, the Drake type of shit, you know. So now I think you have all these niches, and eventually they're gonna get a name. They've already got a name. You got the drill shit, you know, so, and you still got the regional for some shit. So
I'm interested to see how this LL Cool J album does, because that's all Q-Tip. That's all Q-Tip. So it's like that's gonna be interesting.
You know what, bro? I am not impressed by that second single he put out, man.
Which one?
Yep, that one with Sweetie.
I mean, I'm never impressed by the singles. I always understand that's a purpose. He put that out because of who was on it. But I did think the concept of her rapping on a Q-Tip beat, I'm not gonna lie, I went to listen to that just to see how it sounded. And it, you know, it didn't sound great, but it didn't sound as bad as Yeah. But I understand that was as much of a concession as he could make with a fucking fully produced Q-Tip album. So
you know, it's like that old school how they used to roll it. It's like it was almost clockwork. You had the club song, then you had the lady song, and then you had like maybe the retrospective song at the end. It was almost like a formula, and I feel like LL still following like that 1996 fucking formula.
I am so glad though it wasn't Q-Tip trying to make a fucking trap beat or a drill beat. I'm so happy that we could have had that.
I don't want to hit L on a trap beat. That shit would be so awkward, bro. I don't.
Unfortunately, we have, but let's leave that where it belongs.
All right, man. So let's get ready to wrap it up. So this last segment we got. What are you listening to, yo? So if you pull up your list, your Spotify, your iTunes Music, I don't know whatever you use, whatever streaming platform you prefer. Let me know what you got listening to, and while y'all doing it, I'll pull my list because I was looking while he's talking.
I got mine up right now. I've been listening to a lot of Payroll Giovanni. We were talking about Detroit rappers.
Shout out to Payroll.
The other week, I can't believe I didn't bring him up. I've always rocked with him because he's got like a real like Bay Area sound, and I'm from NorCal, so like Bay Area music's always been huge to me. But he's got a real Bay sound. And I really like that how he blends it. All his shit's super grimy.
Yeah.
That dude Flawless. He was our Freestyle Friday on Friday. I caught that freestyle. It was nice. It was slick. he's one of those guys I'd rather just listen to him rap on the cypher tip. Like he's got bars. You know, his songs are cool, but I've been giving him some spins.
Okay.
A lot of Larry June lately.
Shout out Larry June.
And then I've been diving into a lot of Pop Smoke. I mean, I like Pop Smoke for the gym. It's my gym playlist.
Well, that's a little surprising for me, bro. I ain't
Is
see
it?
no drill listening to no fucking New York
Yeah,
drill.
I like Pop Smoke in the gym. Tommy Richmond. I've been grooving with some Tommy Richmond.
Oh, yeah, he got some shit.
And
he got some shit.
a lot of Young Dolph. I've been listening to a lot of Young Dolph lately too.
Yeah,
and then just tons of blues, man. When I'm working all day, I listen to blues all day. Gary Clark Jr., Charlie Crockett. You know.
Yeah, blues is
Stuff
working
like
man
that.
music, dog. You got to work to like shit
Quaker
like
City Nighthawks.
that. Okay, that's not a bad list, bro. J Cloud, you got your list up, man.
I got an old head ass list of music. It's funny because I'm probably the youngest one here. Shit. I usually just push it on my phone, and I listen to that. I've been listening to Prince Among Thieves. That's like one of my favorite albums ever.
Okay.
I've been listening to a lot of Polyrhythmatics. That's like rockish shit. Pharoah Monch, Boot Camp Click, Far Side.
Shit. Far
Ooh,
Side.
Far Side?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, what you know about the Far Side, bro?
Yeah.
What you
A lot of I've been listening to a lot of Wu-Tang. I'm always listening to a lot of Wu-Tang though.
can't go wrong with Wu-Tang, bro.
Yeah, Public Enemy, and I've really been listening to the last Fife album. That shit's still good.
I didn't listen to the last
I
five.
I don't like posthumous albums. I really don't like posthumous albums, but a lot of that album was done before he passed, so yeah, this shit's good.
Okay, that's what's up, yo.
Far Side's playing in San Francisco on December 21st.
Damn, I'm shocked, bro.
That's only a few hours away.
No, listen to that. Get here passing me by alive, bro. I listened to that shit on like 7 years old. What else I got here? Key Glock. I've listened to Key Glock. I don't know why Key Glock keep popping up on my playlist. Actually, I got a lot of old shit I was listening to. Dead Prez. Listen to Scarface. Denzel Curry. For some reason, Denzel Curry makes me want to listen to Juicy J. So I go back and forth between like Juicy J and Denzel Curry. I actually fell down an interesting rabbit hole recently, yo, because I did the Saturday Spotlight. People don't know Saturdays we just spend all day posting videos of like different independent artists. But bro, I stumbled on some shit like it's like Zimbabwe hip hop. They call it Zim hip hop. Like some of that shit kind of dope, bro. Like I don't know what the fuck they saying, but this shit be go hard. So I ran down.
See, I told you. Y'all were giving me shit for listening to the Indian Def Jam the other day. So you from a different country. You're clowning on me for listening to that Indian shit. Hey, some of those songs vibe, dude. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Listen, Punjabi MC is one of the greatest.
Yeah, it got one. I only got
Punjabi
one song,
MC.
But yeah, Zim hip hop is what they call it, bro. This dude Script Moolah got some shit. I just was bumping that shit, dropped my kid off, bro. She don't know what they saying, so we cussing. Who the fuck knows, right? But that shit was dope. You feel me? So that's kind of what the rabbit hole, the monkey rich and everything. But that's all I got, man.
Put it in the chat. I want to check that. I want to check that out. Put it in the chat, and I want to go listen to it.
Okay, yeah, that track I gotta put on Saturday Spot. Obviously, somebody's not reposting the Saturday Spotlight. Fucking,
I always repost it.
There's some good foreign shit though.
Yeah, sometimes I don't even look at it. I just repost it.
Y'all ever heard of that group BTS?
Yep.
There's one of them put out an album that was very like I'll just say it. One of the songs on it has an Erykah Badu feature, and the album sounds like an album that Erykah Badu would feature on, and I was very surprised. I don't remember the name of it, but
that's like K-pop, right?
Yeah. It was very strange to me to hear a K-pop artist like make an album like that. I'm like, this shit is like my type of shit.
Yeah, man. You know what? Some of the shit is not my 13-year-old's going through a anime fucking K-pop Asian culture phase. I think they all do that like between 13 and 16. But that's all she's playing. But like some of the shit don't sound terrible, but I'm not gonna say that around her because I don't, you know what I mean? It's like you're not gonna get me listening to K-pop all fucking day. But
they love music over there. They love music. They love hip hop over there.
Yeah,
a lot of the hip hop they make over there, like Japan specifically, that's golden age type shit. They never stop making that type of shit, and that's why it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
They appreciate the old shit too. They appreciate like the classic shit you was talking about. That's where like the older people go to tour. They go to fucking like they go to Japan, they go to Australia. They still love that shit over there. Europe.
They get fucking money doing it too.
Money. Meanwhile, they can't pack out a club over here.
I'm about to start doing that shit.
But real, you be a commodity over there. I got a cousin over there, bro. 6'3" black dude with dreads. That they think that dude play ball, but he's like a tour guide making mad money just because it's like what is a 6'3" black dude doing in fucking Japan doing tours and shit. So, but yeah, that's all I got. So let's get ready to get up out of here, man. I'm talking to y'all. If y'all got anything, let me stop sharing shit. Anything y'all want to promote? Anything you got to talk about? Any projects you working on? If Jay Cloud want to reveal some news or maybe not, I don't know, bro. But toss the Cam first, bro. What you working on?
I got some stuff working. I sent you a little receipt the other day or yesterday. Some stuff I'm working on. Just got to mix and master and should be on the way soon. I've been sitting on it for a long time, but it's, it's like some personal type shit and I wasn't ready to release it. So it's getting there though. Everything's recorded. You just got to do some polishing and, put the garnish on it. But outside of that, it's Men of Order, menoforder.com/catchscam, 30% off everything. New workout of the day dropped on Monday. I got a whole list of workouts, conditioning, strength, whatever you need. Go get your body right so you can be nice and strong and protect the people you love.
Health is wealth, homie. Jay Cloud, what you working on, brother?
I'm working on a bunch of shit. I don't really have anything to plug right now, but so I have like a label called First Life, and we're getting like the technicalities of it together, but it's gonna be like right now it's just as far as me. My distribution is through Roc Nation now. So what I'm doing is I'm setting this label up, and that's going to be distributed through Roc Nation too. But right now it's just me. I'm working on a project that's all produced by me. I'm working on another album that's none of it's produced by me. I'm going to have beats on there from shout out to Knots, Jake One, who I have some stuff out with already. Who else? Denon Porter, who I have a whole project coming out with, like, I don't even want to say near future, but that's coming at some point. Royce the 5'9", his beats are hard. His beats are crazy. People don't know that, but his beats are crazy. I think it's probably just. I sit on a lot of beats, but that's like tentative right now. But that and yeah, I'm working with a few people on the production end of things. One who y'all may know, so y'all will see that.
I've heard some ramblings. Yeah, I got you.
Y'all will see that at some point, but that is really good stuff. So
okay, that's what's up, man. I like how you casually threw. Yeah, it's gonna be distributed by Roc Nation, maybe. I like that.
It's not that big of a deal. It's like it's not the same as a record deal. Like I was talking about earlier, like you want to set up your own situation, and if you can set up distribution through them, because they can get the places that it needs to go. But I mean, they just launched this like a distribution branch of Roc Nation, so I'm like one of the first people there. So that's
very dope. Regardless of you being modest about it, it's very dope, brother. Very, very proud, man. Good to have you, and officially too as a collaborator on here too, dropping them reviews and shit, man. Some dope reviews too. Man.
Oh yeah, bro. I love hip hop, bro. Like I'm not one of these people that just like, you know. No, I love this shit. So it's like I love talking about, you know, the classic shit, or, you know, stuff that goes under the radar that's like really like special. So I have no problem doing any of that.
Appreciate you, brother. And make sure everybody is here. Make sure you go subscribe to the channel. I know they missed, the ladies ain't here. You see the damn views went down, but it's all good, man. Y'all being misogynist, bro. Y'all got to listen to this good hip hop talk. But we appreciate everybody who came through and listening. Everybody who show love on the reviews, everybody who post our shit, all of that good stuff. Make sure y'all stay tuned. I have a review dropping tomorrow. So that's all I got, man. Appreciate y'all brothers for coming through. So on behalf of everybody here, man. Peace.